Hello!
Good evening.
So I am Rastats. I will be playing with MyKeYY on some community maps, some of the best community maps by the community. It's going to be 25 maps, about 30 minutes. I hope you will enjoy. You will see a lot of diversity in the maps, a lot of mechanics as well. Are you ready, MyKeYY?
I am ready.
All right, so if you're
Never
ready,
been more ready.
we can start in 5, 4, 3,
2, 1,
let's go.
go!
So we're going to start with AO1 but done quick. So this is a remake of AO1, the very first map from Trackmania Nations Forever. If you are someone who played Trackmania 15 years ago, you probably started on Nations Forever. So this is a complete remake made for my speedrun last year at the GDQ. You have a lot of video game references. You can see the Zelda Sword, some Nintendo, some NES console, as well as references to Pac-Man and other stuff. And at the end, you have two different routes with some portals. You have a save or kill the animals route, and because
You can
we
feel
like the
GLaDOS
animals,
here.
we're gonna save them because we are very, very nice. But this is a longer path, just like in Super Metroid. So we're gonna initiate a drift right there. You have 4 different buttons in Trackmania. So acceleration, brake, turn left, and turn right, which you can see at the bottom right of the screen. And now we're gonna switch to the second map on probably the most popular style in Trackmania, called full speed. So in full speed, as the name suggests, you go at full speed, so you don't need to brake. We will use some mechanics called speed slide. So once you reach a speed of 400 km per hour, you can do some slides just like this, where your tires' skid marks would overlap a little bit, and then you can snowball a lot of speed. You will get a lot of wall rides on this kind of maps. This is the kind of map that was insanely popular back in Trackmania Nations Forever. Now people play mostly mixed maps, but this is still very popular indeed. You have different cameras in the game. You can see me switch between camera number 2, which is this one, camera number 3 in these turns, and then you also have camera number 1, which I may use during the run. So how are you doing, MyKeYY, so far?
So far, I just finished the second track and going to the third one, which was... Can you remind me?
So third track is Mythodacine, probably one of the most visually stunning maps in the game.
Yeah, the No Man's Sky map,
Exactly.
as I like to call it.
So in Trackmania, you can make your own maps. You have a basic map editor where you have some vanilla blocks, and then you can also make some custom blocks with 3D programs like Blender. So on this map, the route was made by one mapper, and then the scenery was made by another one, which is a 3D artist in real life. So you also have some custom music in the game. You can customize a lot of stuff in Trackmania. This is a grass map, so you have to be careful with your gears, which you can see at the bottom right of the screen with my speed indicator. You have 5 different gears in Trackmania. Automatic gear transmission, so you don't need a button to switch gears. And whenever you switch gears, you want to stop turning in order to accelerate the gear shift. Else the gear is going to shift later, and you might lose up to 0.5 seconds or even more than that. And we do have some custom skins for this run, as you may have noticed, with our username at the back. And now we'll switch to probably the most known style for competition in Trackmania, which has been the default style for competition. It's called Tech, and this is going to be a variant of Tech called Speedtech. So we drive on road, and we're going to use the drifting mechanic. To initiate a drift in Trackmania, you simply have to press the brake button. Sometimes you have to press it for a lot of time, and sometimes you just have to press it for like 1 frame. And then we're going to do these turns. So this map sets place in a lot of different places. So first we were in a Martian colony, and then we were in a Viking village. Now we are in a Greek atmosphere. We're going to try to avoid hitting the walls. And then there will be the 4th scenery design on this map, made by Prof10, one of the most talented mappers in Trackmania. I just hit a little bit right there. And now we are in Japan with some magnificent temples. We're going to initiate some drift. You can do some auto drift by tilting the car a little bit sideways during your jumps, so that you don't have to press the drifter button in order to start your drift, and you can save a little bit of time. This is a game where you want to save every 100th of a second. Very competitive game. It's a gaming series that has started back in 2002, and this game was released in 2020. It's called only Trackmania, but we do name it Trackmania 2020 to make the difference with the other games. And now we're arriving at the dirt map with the first cut, which I'm not going to take because it's a bit random.
But
MyKeYY might try it, so let's have a look if he manages to get it.
Yeah.
Oh, he did get it.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
nice. So this skip does save about a second. And it's not random, but it's pretty precise. And dirt maps are very similar to grass maps. So you also have to mind your gears and to listen to the sound of the car. So whenever the car is making a lot of noise, you know that you have to stop turning a little bit in order to shift the gear. And on this map, we will go on the exterior of the driving line in order to avoid steering too much, so that you can build the momentum. You can go on the inside, but this will be a bit slower. And this is another very, very good map made by our lovely community. You have thousands of maps made by the Trackmania community, and these are some of the best ones. Now we're switching to one of the new surfaces that was introduced with this game. It's called Ice, probably one of the most difficult surfaces. So to do the turns, we're going to first turn in the direction of the turn, and then we're just going to counter-steer in order to initiate a slide. But it's easily, you can easily drop the slide if you decide to release or to press brake, or if you oversteer too much in a turn. So this is a very, very difficult surface. And also, it's a surface that gets updated pretty often. Sometimes the developers will update the physics and you will have to learn some new mechanics on ice. So it's not that easy. This map was made with some previous mechanics, but it still works pretty fine. We're going to have another slide right there. We're going to try to keep up the speed, land a little bit in front, and then finish the map with the very last slide, just like so. There you go. Up next is going to be another map style introduced in Trackmania 2020, and this is plastic. So on plastic, you do not have a lot of grip, but what you can do is literally bounce on the wall just like so. There you go. And then try to keep up the speed. We're going to switch the camera a little bit on this one. We're going to as well bounce on the wall just right there in order to keep up the driving. You can also bounce with the top of your car on the roof like this, and then continue the map. And also, if the car is upside down, you can do some other bounces on plastic, which we will see on the upcoming map. So next map is going to be map number 8, and there is a meme in the Trackmania community. So back in 2011, when Trackmania 2 Canyon was released, map number 8 was a staircase map, and the community loved it. So after that, the developers decided to make the 8th map of every solo campaign an AU8 map, and it has become a big meme in the community. So this is an AU8 map made by Lars, and probably one of the most random one, but still you don't lose that much time if you fail too much. So I'm going to try to get some decent run right there. For now, I'm doing okay. I seem to be insanely lucky for now. Let's see, and then the car will inevitably start spinning. We're going to bounce on the water, and maybe I will have to finish sideways. Nope, there you go. Maybe MyKeYY will be a bit lucky on the map. I finished in 24 seconds, and his car is also starting to spin.
The car is getting a little bit shaky, and
yeah, you also lose all your speed at the end of the slide. Now we're switching to some NASCAR, and it's one of the only map style where you decide to release in order to take a turn. You don't press the brake button. So it's a pretty weird map style. Most of the time it's in the multi-lap format, and we are in a space with some reactor boost, another block introduced in Trackmania 2020. This is an effect block. Just hit right there, gonna try to keep up the speed. And you do take some very tight turns, so I do have to release quite a lot in these turns. You are in space, you see some planets, maybe Saturn in the background, the Milky Way as well, and then the very last turn of the map. We're only going to drive one lap. So this speedrun category was made by myself, because in Trackmania, most of the speedrun categories are made on official maps, which only feature vanilla blocks and do not represent the kind of maps that the community plays most often. So I decided to select some of the best maps made by the community and some very diverse maps to create my own speedrun category, as I am the leader Trackmania speedrun moderator. And it's also a very good category for speedrun marathon, because you can explain a lot of mechanics in Trackmania. Now we are switching to Bobsleigh, another surface introduced in Trackmania. It's just ice, but another type of ice. I'll just have a lot of speed, because this is the kind of maps where you can snowball a lot of speed. And we may have some time for one donation.
Very much. We have a $25 donation from the French Restream, with Grink here saying the French Restream is rooting for you, Rastats. Let's go. Putting this money towards the showcase, which is going to be very hype. And just a quick update on that one. We are at $1,084 out of the $1,500 that we need. We have the rest of this run and partway through the next run to try and get that met. So if you want to see some 3 really cool bonus tracks, then please, we need only $416 more here to get that happen and increase the Trackmania goodies.
Exactly. So MyKeYY is going to do another run of Trackmania after this. He's going to play Trackmania United Forever, which is a much older Trackmania game. And he will play some platform maps, which are a bit difficult, and his goal will be to make as little mistakes as possible. But for now, we are on a sausage take map. This is another kind of block introduced in Trackmania 2020, where you want to take usage of the shape of a block in order to initiate a drift. So right there, I'm going to do a small jump, brake, and clear the reset block. So I was in freewheel mode, which meant that I couldn't accelerate the car. I'm going to do a very short jump right there, and then finish the map with one last drift, and there you go.
So yeah, Rasta is like a little bit ahead of me, but pretty much I think I can catch up.
Oh, definitely. We can make a lot of mistakes on the upcoming tracks. The difficulty is a bit progressive in this map pack. First, you discover the main mapping styles in Trackmania, then you will see some more unusual mapping style. So this is a seasonal campaign map, an official map. It's a remake of the last track from Trackmania Turbo, which is a game released in 2016, and it's much better than the original map version. Now, in this Trackmania, you have seasonal campaigns, so it's not one definitive campaign. The campaign switches every 3 months with 25 new maps, and you can play these maps in matchmaking, and you can also just play them in order to try to get the best times possible. So now I'm just going to try to do some good turns right there, and then get as low as possible on the wall ride without hitting. I did hit a little bit, going to avoid the pulls. And thank God this map is not as random as the Trackmania Turbo one, because there was one big looping that was insanely random on Trackmania Turbo. And we will soon get to the ending of that map, just like so. And boom, there you go. And you do seem to get some nice lines on the flea wheel. And now we're switching to another competitive map. So this is the competitive block in this map pack. We are on a ZRT map. So ZRT map refers to Zerator, a very popular French streamer that democratized the game since 2013 by organizing some competitions on it. So right there I did a very bad landing, gonna release. There you go. So this map is inspired by the Reddit Place experiment from 2022. So you will see a lot of different surfaces. So you have grass right there, you did have some plastic, some cactuses, some obstacles. Then you can also drive underwater with some reactor booster, else the car would drive very slowly underwater. So we're gonna try to play it safe right there, and then the ending will be even more RNG.
I can officially tell that I have touched the grass.
I mean, it's nice to touch the grass sometimes, you know? So now
we are on this map.
We are on ice, and the darker ice, or should I say the whiter ice, my bad, is snow, and you lose a lot of time with snow, so you want to stay on the regular ice. I'm going to try to set up nice for that jump, got it pretty nicely. Going to try to get a good landing, and now we are on Zinedine Zidane. There you go, it's a meme from the Reddit Place experiment, the famous French football player. And we will now switch to the next map, third competitive map from the Trackmania Formula League. So Trackmania Formula League is a competition organized about twice a year by the community with a custom game mode. So as the name suggests, this is Formula 1 in Trackmania. So if you play these maps on the server, you will have a plugin where you would have some fuel management and also some tire management. So the more you drive and the more you drift, your tires will get more used, and it will be harder to steer and to initiate the drift. Oh, I completely missed my drift right there. So it's a very fun game mode. You have 20 minutes to learn the maps, and then you do a 40 minutes race. Sadly, we can't play with the game mode enabled on these solo maps, so we would have to play them on the server to show you the game mode. But we are going to go into the pits just to show you the pits on the maps where you can refuel a new car. At least I will do so. Then we're going to try to do some knee drifts. So you are inside a child bedroom right there. So some beautiful scenery with custom blocks. I'm going to enter the pits super fast, but I will have to release to less than 130 kilometers per hour. There you go. I was above the speed, so normally I would get a 10-second penalty. Then I would arrive right there, I would refuel my car, change my tires for about 10 seconds, and then resume the race for 10 more laps. So let's go back to the finish line. and then switch to the last competitive map of this section of the map pack.
And I'm just finishing the Formula 1 track. Just in a bit. I'm not gonna change tires because I'm
Yeah, no problem.
not gonna. Yeah. I need to catch up to you.
Oh, I will try to go for a cut on one of the maps, which will probably lose me a lot of time. So now we are on one of the competitive maps. So since the beginning of 2023, you have a new competitive format in Trackmania in a 2v2 game mode. And these are some of the competitive maps with a lot of different mapping style involved. And these are very difficult maps. Even though this is the easy versions of the maps, the pro play the hard versions. But don't get fooled, the easy versions are pretty hard as well, especially for newcomers. And on these maps, you have what we call identities, which are some sections that are pretty unusual. On this one, it's going to be the use of a fragile block. So if you land too harsh with your car will be fragilized, and then you're going to lose a lot of speed. So you want to stay as close to the ground as possible without ever jumping, just like so. You can turn around, take all the speed right there, and then finish the map. There you go.
So yeah, once taking the fragile, you have to drive very carefully, especially here, because wheels might get damaged very, very badly.
And now I am arriving on a water map, and we will see some different water techniques. So first we see reactor block under, reactor boost underwater. Then we're gonna see what water wheels does to the car. So I will have to release my steering if I want to make that turn, else I could lose the car would just smash itself into a wall, so you have to be as straight as possible on these lines, and sometimes to release as well. Right there, we're going to do a drift with water wheels, which is going to be very different from a regular drift. Right there, I'm going to try to keep up as much speed as possible, land pretty flat, then take the turn up. That was not the best. So normally you would just slide along the entire plastic turn, which I didn't do right there. I bounced on the plastic because I approached with a bad angle. And then the ending of the map is going to be some reactor booster over the water. So this is like some overboard mechanics, which we will see as well in the next map. Up. Ah, I need to press with, with the mouse now because I removed the interface. I didn't even notice. So now it's going to be Formula Surf. So basically the entire map is just gliding on water and going insanely fast. I will remove the interface on this map because the checkpoint overlay doesn't allow me to really see what's in front of me, so it's better if I remove it and if I don't see my time for now. And as you can see, we are already going at 800 kilometers per hour. We are going insanely fast. On this map, you have to release a bit on that turn, else the car would just fly. So we're gonna also release right there on this one. So this is what we call a LOL track of the day. So in Trackmania, you have a track of the days. So these are tracks selected by the developers, so one track every day. And the competition is held on these tracks, and every first of the month, it's a pretty weird track that gets chosen. And this one was chosen for the 1st of November, for example.
Yeah, there was a track in which you had to drop the car to the bowl of nachos. I'm not even kidding. That's a real story. It happened.
And it was, of course, plastic nachos, so it would bounce all around the place. And now this map will be very quiet because this is a freewheel map. For the entire map, you won't be accelerating. You will just be trying to keep as much speed as possible. So you have to take some pretty tight line. Don't steer too much. And the reason why this map is freewheel is because the name is Soapbox. So just carry all the speed all the way through. Try to avoid touching right there. Try to keep as much speed as possible. Don't turn too much. Right there, we're going to have one drift, which is very crucial, because if I don't get it right, I could lose a very big amount of time, which is okay. Not too fast. We'll go on the outside of the line. We're going to press the on button because it's a bit too quiet. Same here, going to go on the outside and then switch to the very next map. We've already done about 2/3 of the map back, if not more, but now we'll be approaching the harder maps where we could make some pretty big mistakes.
Yeah, speaking of mistakes, I had made such a big mistake that I'm driving at a snail pace right now. And there is no way of getting out of this situation.
Don't worry, this is the map where there is a cut and I will try to go for it. So there is one cut on this map, there's 3 different paths, and I will try to go for the cut, so let me practice. Oh, okay. Very bad line. surely I will get it now. So yeah, this cut does save 1 second, but this is very, very difficult. So you can catch up to me in the meantime. Let's try to go for it. Big jump, there you go. And then, come on, do the jump. Okay, I got it. It's not a clean cut. You can get it much cleaner than that, but at least I got it first try. So there are 3 different routes. All routes were equal, and then this cut was discovered. So it's a very interesting map. I wish we could show the other routes, but we do have to go fast. But you might have a look at the other routes if you have the game yourself, and you can try the map. There's a grass route, which is the easiest one, and another plastic route as well. Maybe we have time for 1 or 2 donations.
Thank you very much. We have a $15 donation from Nikimoto. No comment there, but putting it towards our bonus tracks. And we also have a $15 anonymous donation. Also no message, but putting it towards those tracks. So update on that one. We're now at 1,124 out of the 1,500. So we now need about 376. So we are getting there. We can definitely hit those bonus tracks there, but time is running out. Please do keep those donations coming in. They are greatly appreciated. Everyone.
All right, so thank you everybody for donating to the Alzheimer Foundation. Now we are on a Royal map, so this is a custom game mode. This is an official game mode in Trackmania, and you have different sections with a lot of obstacles. So right there we have a red section, and then we're gonna have a black section. I'm gonna try to do a pretty difficult trick right there, which is a turnaround into the finish on the right side. Seems to go well. Maybe I will get enough speed. Nope, not this time. Maybe I can give this another try.
Oh, I hear I have a chance.
Okay, third time is the oh, okay, never mind. I'm not gonna try it. Let me just finish normally then, because yeah, this is a very, very difficult trick. Couldn't get it, so I will just drive the map normally and finish just like so. And now we will arrive at the 5 last maps of the map pack, if I'm correct. Yep, so we finished last map backwards. We were supposed to, and now this map we're gonna drive it entirely backwards. So we're gonna do some speed slide mechanics by steering a little bit. Oh, my bad. There you go. Gonna try to. Okay, I didn't finish the slide here. Yeah, it's a pretty difficult trick at the end. So I'm gonna try to slightly steer to the left or to the right, and then same here. We'll go left, right, left, right, left, right in order to keep the speed. And this map is faster to drive backwards than forward, but backwards driving is very, very difficult to master. You can snowball so much speed, just like full speed, and you snowball even more than on full speed tracks. So yeah, we can definitely hit that incentive for the Trackmania United for a run. We will have probably until the end of a run to donate to that incentive, so that MyKeYY can show you some exclusive tracks along with his speedrun of the platform maps. All right.
Yes, please. I need to show you those tracks. Those are amazing.
Yeah, now we are arriving on Kaki of the day. So Kaki maps in Trackmania, these are some very hard maps. This is an easy version of the Kaki maps. So Kaki is a competition that is held about twice a year with 70 maps every time, and you have to finish as many maps as possible in 1 month. The maps rely both on luck and skill. You need an insane amount of luck and or skill to finish the maps. This map just showcases some of the tricks that you may find in Kaki maps. Next Kaki season will be next month, so I will be trying to make a Kaki map as well at ESA during the event. I got pretty bad landing right there, so I'm gonna lose quite a bit of speed. Maybe I will not get enough speed to clip through the wall after this, so let's have a look. This is another technique that is used in Kaki map. Okay, I can clip through the wall, there you go. Keep up the speed, then I'm gonna bounce on the boosters, else the car would be immediately stopped. Oh, that is very, very good speed. Can I bounce well enough? Nope, okay, I'm gonna have to double respawn right there.
Ooh, wow.
And then we'll have a final trick on this Kaki map called a nose bug. So when the nose of the car will be tilting to the ground, I will press acceleration, brake and direction, and you will see what it does to the car. So let's try. There you go. Just go sideways. We got it first try. Pretty good. So these are some pretty cool tricks that you find in these kind of maps. And now probably my favorite map of the map pack with the bug slide. We've already done the bug slide on the previous map, but on this one we're going to chain 4 bug slide. on a very nice looking map. So we're gonna do the same setup as the nose bug. So acceleration, brake, and direction. And this is the kind of stuff that you can do in Trackmania. I did carry a lot of speed on that first bug slide, but it's not the hardest one. So let me try to set up for the other one. Gonna try to play it safe. There you go. Then third one will be the hardest one by far. So we're gonna try to get a decent setup. Let's see. Maybe some good exit speed. Oh yeah, this is pretty good. And then the final one with another drift right there. And we will reach the last two maps, which we had to shorten for the speedrun category because else they would be a bit too long and they would have too much of an impact on the speedrun. And final one, there you go. All right. So now we have 2 tracks remaining. Let's have a look at the second slide by MyKeYY. Seems to be a very good setup right there. Gonna exit with some pretty good speed. And now I am arriving on Eon 42. This is an RPG map where you have to find your way around the map and you have some custom mud. And yeah, pretty difficult map, a lot of small jumps that you have to master. You can easily get lost. So your first finish run on this kind of map might take an hour and then you will slowly decrease your time and get a better PB. So now this is only half of the map, but the entire map is very, very cool. Oh, just turtled on one of these bugs.
That was unexpected at all.
Yeah. I mean, I can try to go for the cut on hole number 17 on mini golf, because we will play some mini golf after this. I hope there's some mini golf fans in the audience. You'll see what mini golf looks like in Trackmania. So now we continue with some platform jumps. So this is basically the kind of tracks that MyKeYY will be driving in this next run in Trackmania United Forever. So let's try to set up right there. We can automatically switch to the first-person camera because this is the best camera for this part of the map. You better see what you are driving rather than if you were in camera number 1 or 2. And then we'll have the final jump on this RPG map. And we can then move on. Yep.
I think we should let Argik speak.
Yep.
You don't have to, but thank you very much. We do have a number of donations coming in right now. People really want to see these bonus tracks. We have a $25 donation from Mr. E, no message. We also have a $100 donation from Krylex. Also no message, but putting it towards the bonus tracks there. And then another $25 donation here from Roy Bosch T. Once again, no message, but putting it into those tracks. So a quick update, we are $1,249 out of 1,500. We just need 251 more. We have the end of this run. We have some of the next run. We can do it, team. We are doing very well. Please keep them coming in.
So we are now on mini golf and past the black line on each hole. I can't steer, I can only accelerate or brake. So I do have some setups on most of the hole, but this is a very, very tricky track. It's not the full map. We did remove some of the least consistent holes. And I will try to go for a skip on hole number 17, which saves 4 seconds, but is by far the hardest skip in the game, and in this speedrun category. So number 14 should be no big issue right there. MyKeYY arriving on the very first hole. And
why do I hear this music?
Because it's very cool music. So this is a theme song used by Virtual in some of his videos. And let's try first attempt. Ain't no way. Oh, we got it first try. And that is time for me. So there you go. Let's have a look at MyKeYY. Number 7 seems to go pretty fine. Yeah, you get it.
I thought it would went a little bit to the left, but luckily I made it.
Oh, you saved it. Oh. What a save. Right, number 9. Trying to go for the wall hit, then straight into the finish, releasing a bit. There you go. Number 14.
Steering to the right, and I had that. Yeah.
You can still finish if you go backtrack, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And that's it. 15.
So 15, you can either bounce on the wall or just try to go on the yellow part.
Or just go backwards. Why not?
This works. You just spin around,
really?
Accelerate, and brake.
Yeah.
And then number 17.
Here I'm gonna use the safe strat, which is hitting the 2 walls here and drift. Okay, maybe not.
Come on, you got this.
Maybe. Wait.
Yep.
Is this gonna happen? Okay. I thought it will be like driving around the circle again. Oh no.
So
Hold on, maybe I can synchronize it with the music.
Oh, that would be good. And
Not really. Time.
So this was the community speedrun campaign. I hope you learned a lot about Trackmania. You can try out the game yourself on a console or on a PC. You can try it for free with some maps, the official maps, and then it's a pretty cheap game with a lot of community maps. The community is amazing.
It's actually free. You don't have to pay anything.
Yeah, but if you want to play community maps like these ones, you do have to pay the game, but you can find... You can play with your friends with a free version, and it's a very cool game. And then MyKeYY will be doing some Trackmania United Forever, so push in the donations. For that incentive, I will be watching you in the back. Good luck for that, man.
We're so close.
We are so close to that. We've still got time to get it. Hopefully we shall. Before we hand over, we do have one more donation here. A little bit of a somber one, but I want to read it out anyway as well. We have a $20 donation from Empower, who just quite rightly says, just F Alzheimer's. Miss you, Grandma. Definitely agree with you on that one. That's why we're doing what we're doing here, trying to fund research to find a cure for Alzheimer's so no one else has to go through losing a loved one, losing a family member. So please do keep all your donations coming in. Again, we do have our incentives that we're doing. We love showing off everything we can, but we're doing this for a great cause. So we're going to let them get set up for the next Trackmania run. Rastats, thank you very much for the race there. MyKeYY, good luck with the next one. We'll see you all in a couple of minutes when we return and ESA Summer 23 continues.